But I would encourage a lot of you guys, just like Henry's doing, is like, when you start generating your first few leads, your first few calls, like I think it's important for you to actually get on the phone and have that conversation with someone. Find out what they're looking for. Find out who else they've spoken to. Like actually give it that personal touch. And absolutely. I think one thing that, you just said, and I want to reiterate, but like it's difficult when you get a lead or you try to reach out to a business owner and you get like that negative response from them, right?
Yep.
And so that can pose problems. And so for some of us, when we're first starting out, especially if we haven't had a lot of experience with dealing with a rejection here or there, like once you've done it enough time, you're callous to anything. The repetition is there. So your mind doesn't even bother. It doesn't mess with you because it's not your identity. But I would encourage a lot of you guys, just like Henry's doing, is like, when you start generating your first few leads, your first few calls, like I think it's important for you to actually get on the phone and have that conversation with someone. Find out what they're looking for. Find out who else they've spoken to. Like actually give it that personal touch, and you'll not only have, I think, some really good results at relaying this information to the business owner that you're going to end up doing business with, but you're also going to learn a lot about the industry, about the questions that are being asked on these phone calls or these quote forms when you get back in touch with people. And I think that information is really valuable, from everything of how you answer the phone to how you price your products to the other products that might be in the industry that you didn't know anything about because you've never been in that industry before and you're just cutting your teeth into it. But I think if you think about every small business owner or medium-sized business owner that have these businesses that we are, starting to generate leads for, listen, they all started at a certain point, which was very similar to where you're at, Henry, right now, which was like they didn't know much about the industry, but they knew they wanted to get into it. Or maybe they had a little knowledge from past maybe job experience. But the bottom line is you got to go through some of that uncomfortable or those uncomfortable conversations with these people and kind of learn the ropes. And you know what? If you're afraid that you're going to mess up, just tell them, hey, I want to get you all the information I need. This is my first day on the job. And so I'm still learning. So if I can't answer anything for you, I'm just going to touch base with my manager. But I can tell you one thing, I'll get you all the information you absolutely need. You actually can't go wrong with that word track. Like you literally can't lose because you just told them that, hey, you're just starting. And if you don't know the answer to the question, you're going to get it, which gives you an out for basically any question they ask you. You take a note and then you start your prospecting. You do the two-step, not the dance move. The two-step that I talk about is, listen, you get the call, you get them on hold, you get their questions answered, have your list of prospects that you plan on reaching out to pass off the lead, right? While they're on hold, dial prospect number one and merge them in. Say, hey, my name's Henry. I get these calls every once in a while for people looking for XYZ industry. I happen to have one of them on the other line. I usually go to my voicemail. I'd love to patch her through. Her name's Cindy. She's looking for X, Y, and Z. I didn't know the answer to this question. Let me, boom. Now they're live. They can't deny that you just gave them a live customer. They can't say I didn't answer the call. Oh, I never got it. Oh, no, they weren't interested. You're listening with them. You just merged them in, right? And then after the call is over, depending on how the call went, you get off the phone with Cindy and the business owner and yourself. You call back the business owner. You say, hey, listen, I didn't know if it was going to go through or not, but hey, let's want to connect you with someone because I'm starting to get these calls. I must have a page on one of my sites or one of my wherever, and people are calling this. I haven't been able to track it down or I have whatever. And I'm just looking, maybe we can work together and I just keep referring to you. Would that work for you? Sure. Very soft, whatever. Okay. Well, hey, here's a couple ways I usually work in this situation. And then you lay out your plan. But again, going through those initial first few phone calls, I think is wise because you learn a lot about the industry that you might have otherwise not known. And you also get to walk a mile in the shoes of the person that you're going to be selling to, which gives you a lot more grace for maybe the business they're in and the way people speak to them and deal with them. So did you have a question, Henry?
Oh, I'm just thinking right now. Oh, so like, I know you talked about like, because I'm in a BNI chapter now. Like, is there any other ways you would recommend to make yourself an authority, not just for BNI, but any other techniques in other places?
Is there any other ways I'd make myself an authority?
It's like where they come to you as opposed to being outbound.
So tell me what your ways are right now.
So I have BNI. So like with the BNI chapter, like I joined last month. So
Yep.
like I'm developing the relationships with each chapter member there.
I like that.
Let's see, what else am I doing? Oh wait, no, I haven't been running any ads yet for my agency.
Okay. So ads, not yet, but maybe. Okay. What else?
I've been doing a lot of cold emailing. Like
I don't know if cold email necessarily positions you. It
I
depends
know
on
it's outbound though.
So let me give you a couple good ideas for positioning. Obviously, what people see and what people read is their perception. You can't control, well, you can control perception based on how you are seen. So certain things that I think change perception. One thing, like specifically, if you're going to do a Zoom meeting with someone, one idea would be don't look like you're in your bedroom. I don't know if you're in your bedroom or not, but like you look like you're in a home. I don't look like I'm in a home, do I? But I'm in a home. I'm in my garage. I have a sound studio in my garage, and that's a black sheet. That's all it is. It's a black sheet. It was $10, $5, and it hangs from a big thing. And I stretched it tight with these stupid clips that I got from like Home Depot for $4. And then I bought some crappy lights off of Amazon. And now I don't look like you. I look like a pro. I got a decent mic. You know, I look the part. So if I do a screencast video, other than my hair, but if I do a screencast video, you know, like it looks different. It doesn't look like the average person sitting in their home that doesn't do it. I look like I'm in a studio, which I am, but I created it for no money, basically. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So that's one.